Our brains come up with excuses and they sound so real. Like they sound so legit. It might be, I can't start this business because I don't have any money. I can't work out because I don't have the workout clothes. I don't have a gym membership. And I can't do it at home because I don't have any space. It might be, I don't have time for a side hustle. I don't have time to look for a new job. Your brain is going to offer you so many excuses, and some of them are going to sound legit. And here's the thing about that. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Because if you are sitting in a place where you're unfulfilled, there should be no excuses as to why you can't change it. There should be, like, you should not allow anything to stop you from changing what doesn't feel in alignment with who you really are and what you really want. Hello and welcome back. My name is Juditha and I am your mindset coach. I am your dream life advocate. And in this space, we talk about all the things that matter when you're trying to create your dream life. So your fears, your insecurities, your comfort zone, your identity, all of those things that are going on inside of you so that you are able to create the reality that you actually want to live. So if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's just get right into today's topic. So the first thing I want to talk about is your identity. Here's the thing that you need to know about your identity. You are always going to behave like the person that you think that you are. You can't help it. Like, it doesn't matter. Whoever you think that you are, that is the person that you show up as every day. Whatever you think you're capable of, those are the things that you do every day. I know I want to change my life. I know exactly what needs to be changed. I just can't get myself to do it. Who are you identifying as? Because a big part of the problem isn't even that you're just lazy. It's that your identity is not in alignment with your goals. So what does that mean? If you say you want to be an entrepreneur, right? If you think about, like, what does being an entrepreneur entail? It entails taking risks. It entails doing stuff when you don't feel like it, right? It entails having courage. It entails having confidence. It entails all these things that don't feel good. Like, these words all sound good and they all sound like outstanding characteristics that we all want to have. But in the moment, none of those things feel good to embody. Okay? But this is what it takes, right? This is what it takes for you to be an entrepreneur. So you have to look at, well, who am I? Because if I'm someone who isn't confident, if I am someone who lacks courage, who lacks resilience, who lacks the will to get out of their comfort zone, if that is who I am, if that is how I am currently thinking about myself, then absolutely it is going to be hard for me to take action on the goals. It is going to be absolutely hard for me to do the things that I know I need to do, even if I have a good idea, even if I bought the planners, even if I wrote down step by step what my day should look like. If you aren't taking action, or you're just not taking action consistently, there's a gap between who you are and who you need to become. And that's fine. Like, that's not a problem, because I'm going to be honest with you, like, there's always going to be a gap. Like, that gap is always going to exist, because guess what? Your goals are always going to change. Like, who you are now might not be the version of you who can create like that dream life, who might not be able to work out when you say you're gonna, who's not gonna read when you say you're gonna, who's not gonna get up and do the uncomfortable things, quit that job, do that thing. Like, it's okay that this version of you might not be able to do it. That's fine, because that's the work. Like, that's literally the whole point of life. Like, you get to keep evolving. You get to keep doing things until you become the version of you who has the confidence to post on YouTube, who has the confidence to show up when you say you're going to show up and do all the things that you say you're going to do. Like, this is the work. You're not in the wrong place. It's not the wrong time. Like, you aren't doing anything wrong. Being aware of it is like the first step, because once you're aware of it, you're like, okay, hold on. This version of me has taken me very, very far. But for some reason, I'm not being as consistent as I want to be. I'm not being as disciplined as I want to be. I'm not doing the things that I put on my vision board. Like, the goals that I set in 2025, I'm looking at this list and I'm not accomplishing them. Like, what is wrong with me? It's not that anything's wrong with you. It's just that you have to change your identity. You have to shift your identity into the woman who can. And here's the thing. You might be thinking, well, how do I do that? How do I become someone new? And what I did was I borrowed the identity of other people. Okay. One of the first things I did, like, when I said to myself, you know what, this traditional life, this path that I'm on, I don't think it's for me. I think it's just the path that I thought I had to be on. Once I was aware of that and I was like, you know what, here's what I want to do instead. I want to be my own boss. So I started listening to entrepreneurs, people like Oprah, people like Les Brown, people like Jim Rohn. Like, I started just listening to motivational speakers, because for me, that was an easy entry point into like the realm of like mindset. This was before I was like before I had all the knowledge that I had on everything that I talk about on this channel. Like, this was literally the beginning of me just having a dream, and that dream felt way fucking bigger than I was at that time. Okay, when I tell you, like, it took time for me to believe that I could literally be an entrepreneur, be my own boss, be successful at it. So just know that this version of you, like, give them grace, give her grace, give him grace. However, it's time to evolve. It's time to ask yourself, here's the thing that I want to do. I want to get up earlier in the morning. I want to learn to play the piano. I want to start a business. I want to quit this job and find another one. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you find it hard to do it, right? If you feel like I just don't have the willpower to do it, reach into your back pocket and borrow the confidence from someone else. Borrow the belief from someone else. Borrow it from me. Like, whatever you have to do, listen to the stories of other people, because that literally motivates me. Like, when I see what these other people went through, when I watch the Tyler Perry biography, what he went through, like all the plays that failed before Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Like, even if the story doesn't 100% match your life or where you're going and the goals that you have, it doesn't matter, because a coming up story is a coming up story. Like, you hearing someone coming from the dirt and creating a life that is like too good to be true, that is going to motivate you. That is going to stay in your brain, and that is going to give you a very, very important thing, right? And that thing is possibility. That's all you need. You just need possibility. Like, can you believe that there is a possibility that you can create your dream life? Can you believe that there is a possibility that you can do, be, or have anything that you pursue relentlessly? Like, can you believe, like, what can you believe in that there is a possibility for? Because that's all you need. Your brain just needs to be open to the possibility of things, and that's like the perfect place to start. Okay? So again, your identity. If you are struggling, ask yourself, am I still behaving like the current version of me? And we love the current version of ourselves because they've brought us this far, right? They've brought us through a lot of things already. But if you are stagnant, if you feel stuck, there is a misalignment between who you are and who you need to become, right? Or who you are and the person that your goals require you to be. And you start shifting and closing that gap by asking yourself, if I was this person, what would I do? Okay, if I was someone who got up earlier, what do I need to do? Maybe I need to put my clothes out the night before. Maybe I need to put my phone across the room. Maybe I need to, like, whatever it is, think about what that version of you who has already succeeded at that thing, what did they do? And then every day you try your best to act like that. Matter of fact, last week I literally gave myself an assignment. I was like, I am going to literally wake up every day and act like the version of me who's already launched my new program that I'm working on. It's called Rewire. And the thing is, I wasn't being disciplined. I wasn't working on it like I wanted to. I kept procrastinating, right? So I was like, you know what? Something has got to give. And that's when I was like, you know what? That's the disconnect. I need to get my identity together. So what I've been doing, and I'm still kind of doing this week as well, I created a visual meditation, I guess a visualization, I guess. I used ChatGPT. I was just like, here are my goals. Here are the things that I want to do. Like, ChatGPT is that girl. I was like, create a visualization that I can use and read every morning to get me into like the identity of my future self. So not only did I ask it to create that transcript for me, but then I took that transcript and then I recorded it in my phone. And now every morning I put on like some background music and then I play that voice memo of myself speaking to myself, telling myself that I am already her, right? Like, I literally walk myself through the perfect day. Like, if I already launched this program and I'm working with the amount of women, like, and I've already have that community that I really, really want to build, like, how would that version of me show up? And every day, like, I put it into that visualization, and it's just helping me like start the day that way. It's helping me start the day with that mindset. I'm not starting the day as the Juditha who procrastinates, right? I'm starting the day as the Juditha who gets shit done. The Juditha who has already succeeded, because she thinks differently than I do, right? She goes about her day in a different way that I do. And I am just trying to copy her until I become her, right? Until it's not something that I have to think about, until I don't even need that meditation anymore, because it's me. Like, what do I need the meditation for? So that's something that you can also do when it comes to closing that gap between who you are and who you need to become. Okay? The second thing, it goes hand in hand with your identity, yes, but it's probably even bigger, because a lot of us, we don't learn about our brain, right? And what our brains are actually doing to keep us stuck. We see it as keeping us stuck, but our brains see it as keeping us safe. Because when it comes to your brain, this thing inside of our heads, like its priority is to keep you safe. Safety equals comfort. Comfort equals what you're used to doing. Okay, the biggest lie ever is that your comfort zone is actually where you're comfortable. That might be the case, but you can also be comfortable and miserable. You can be comfortable and struggling. You can be comfortable and unfulfilled. When it comes to your brain, it's not prioritizing your success in the way that you are. So remember that. That's why it's hard. Your brain, in a way, is working against you. And it's not trying to self-sabotage you, but it just does. It just does because it wants you to do the same thing that you did yesterday. Because whatever you did yesterday, whether that looked like coming home, eating a whole bunch of junk food, not getting up when you said you were, not working out like you said you were, not posting like you said you were, not reading like you said you were, whatever it is that you did yesterday, your brain is like, that was a success because we survived. We made it to today. We made it a whole nother 24 hours. That was success. Let's continue to do the same thing. Like your brain is pretty much like, why would we switch things up? Why? Why do things need to change, right? And that's why it's hard for us to do the simplest things, like leave that guy who's treating us like shit. Like, yes, half of it is you might be in love. The other half is like, you're just so used to it. And when you start to think about how you're going to have to untangle your life from this person, your brain starts to catastrophize all that uncertainty, right? Or when you say, I want to post to Instagram, I want to become a content creator, I want to post to YouTube, your brain is going to go to, well, hold on. People are going to judge me. Like, what are they going to say? Like, I don't like the way I sound. I don't think I like the way I look. It's going to catastrophize because it wants you to double think anything new that you might try to do. It wants you to really think about, like, what are the dangers? And that's why it's so easy for us to think about how things will go wrong. And it's harder for us to focus on how they might go right because our brain has a built-in negativity bias. It can't help it. It's going to be negative because it's trying to protect you, right? As far as it's concerned, we need to watch out for all these dangers. Your dream life to your brain is the same thing as being attacked by a tiger. It's like, hold on. We don't know what's going to happen if we go after this thing. We don't really know who's going to see us and judge us. We don't really know how many times we're going to fail. And your brain is just not willing to take the risk. That's why you cannot rely on like your automatic reactions to life, right? Because we all can live on autopilot, right? Before I became self-aware, I was living on autopilot. And what that looked like for me was I was creating a life based on what I thought I had to do. I was doing things based on who I thought I was, right? So I was losing friends. I was being stressed out about things. I was just taking a path that didn't necessarily make me happy. I was just like, you know what? If this is what it takes to be successful, then this is what it takes. And that's living on autopilot. But when you actually start creating your life instead of reacting to it, like that requires work. It requires effort. Okay, and that's why it's not for everybody, right? That's why everybody isn't doing it. That's why everybody isn't gonna create their dream life in this lifetime, because not everybody is actually creating life. They're just reacting to it. So when it comes to your brain, you have to take the control. Like you have to be the one, you have to be the pilot. You have to be the one that's steering the boat. Okay, when your brain starts to react to you wanting to try something new or do something new, you have to ask yourself, you have to sit with it and be like, okay, hold on. Is this actually scary, or is this just my brain protecting me? Like, do I really need to care if people judge me, or is this just my brain protecting me? And something else that I like to do, because our brains like to go down the rabbit hole of what could go wrong, sometimes I just let it. I'm just like, you know what? Let's go down the rabbit hole. So let's say I post this thing. Okay, what's going to happen? Somebody might judge me. Okay? And what happens if somebody judges me? They might say something nasty. Okay? And what happens if they say something nasty? It might hurt my feelings. Okay? And what happens if it hurts my feelings? Will I live to see another day? Absolutely. Okay? So it's kind of like you have to have this conversation with your brain where you let it go down the rabbit hole and you just keep asking the right questions, like, okay, so what? Okay, so what? Okay, so what? Like, just keep asking that question, because eventually you'll get to a point where you're like, hold on. Is the discomfort of someone judging me worth the discomfort of me living in a life that doesn't feel in alignment? Like, no matter what you choose, you're going to experience discomfort. So you just get to decide, like, do I want the discomfort of sitting where I am, or do I want the discomfort of breaking stereotypes and getting off this path and creating my dream life? Like, those paths are both available to you. And you're not wrong for whichever one you choose, but just be aware that it is a choice that you're making, okay? And the last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to your brain is the excuses that your brain will come up with. And the reason why I want to touch on excuses is because sometimes our brains come up with excuses and they sound so real, like they sound so legit. Like it might be, I can't start this business because I don't have any money. I can't work out because I don't have the workout clothes. I don't have a gym membership, and I can't do it at home because I don't have any space. It might be, I don't have time for a side hustle. I don't have time to look for a new job. Like your brain is going to offer you so many excuses, and some of them are going to sound legit. And here's the thing about that. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Because if you are sitting in a place where you're unfulfilled, there should be no excuses as to why you can't change it. There should be, like, you should not allow anything to stop you from changing what doesn't feel in alignment with who you really are and what you really want. Okay? And if money is the issue, because this is something I hear all the time, like, I need money to do this, I need money to do that. Okay, yes, granted, you do need money to do some things. However, if your excuse is I don't have the money, then the solution is to go make some more. Go find it. Like, go do something. But like sitting in I don't have enough is not going to help you. You have the internet, don't you? I mean, YouTube alone has so many like videos on side hustles. Granted, not all of them are like worth pursuing. However, there is something for everyone. There is literally something for everyone. Before I became a coach and like really started to walk in what feels like my purpose, I tried other things. Like I had a clothing brand with my best friend. I had a drop shipping store. I was this close to doing some digital products on Etsy. And I still might. Who knows? It's a little side hustle. However, there are so many things that you can do that some don't cost you any money. Like when I was doing drop shipping, that didn't cost me anything. Did it? I don't think so. I think the only thing that it was going to cost me was to run ads. However, I never made it that far because when it comes to running ads, that's like a foreign language to me. And that's pretty much when I gave up. But that's the point of life. Like you get ideas and you get to try them and then you get to decide if they're for you or not. Like that's another thing. Like be okay figuring it out. Like I just heard this quote the other day where it was like, don't find out, figure it out. And I think Les Brown said that. And the reason why I really like that quote is because we spend so much time trying to think and plan and figure something out. But the real way that you figure something out is by finding out. And the way that you find out is by getting off your ass and taking action and just doing the thing. And once you do the thing, then you have results. And once you have results, you can decide, is this for me? Did this work? What can I do differently? Like, so don't figure it out. Find out. Sometimes you just have to go out there and do the thing. Like, just do it. Do it and then just optimize it later. Like fix whatever went wrong later because that's okay too. I think that you really get the point of what I'm trying to say. Like the two main things is your identity and your brain. Like be very aware of who you are versus who you need to become. And then just be very aware of the things that your brain is going to do in the name of keeping you safe. Realize that it's not working with you. Not all the time. You can definitely program and rewire your brain so that it does work with you instead of against you. However, if you're in the like beginning of like managing your thoughts and your belief systems, it's going to be a little hard, but it's not impossible. That is it for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope you grew today. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also just leave a comment letting me know if this was helpful. Ladies, don't forget, I am starting a community. It is called Rewire. It is still in the works, but it is literally for you if you want to rewire your brain, if you want to rewire your identity, if you want to change the way that you've been seeing your life so that you actually take steps to create the things that you say you want, then this community is for you because it's also going to be a course. There's going to be coaching with me. It's going to be a group. It's going to be women who are all doing the same things that you want to do. So if you're interested, just comment wait list and I will add your name to my wait list and notify you as soon as it is ready. Okay? I will see you guys on the next one.